Alex Lai here, and you know what? We have a fantastic Facebook live interview for you guys here tonight. Okay, someone all the way from Queensland, Australia is joining us here tonight for the interview. And you know, he has called Malaysia his home for the last 12 years. He's practically a Malaysian already. Someone whose nickname among his group of friends is head coach. Okay, you will not want to miss this particular live interview. Okay, yeah, he's also someone that I had the privilege to meet some years back. Okay, and an avid cyclist and also a motocross enthusiast. Please help me welcome Darcy to the interview. Hey Darcy, how's it going?
I'm great, Alex. That's pretty big intro, mate. Hard to live up to that.
And everyone is looking forward for this interview. We have so many people asking me about this particular segment. When are we gonna do this? You know. Have your dinner yet, bro?
Yep, sudah makan lah.
Sudah makan lah. See, 12 years in Malaysia, right? He can practically speak Malay already.
Tapi harus belajar lagi, ah.
That's very good. Okay, so for the sake of all our viewers tuning in here today, can you help me give a short introduction about yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. Look, I moved to Malaysia 12 years ago, 2008, I think. I'd just come out of owning a cycling store in Brisbane in Queensland for 7 years. A very successful store where we brought in a lot of beginners and a lot of people who wanted to start riding, and we ran group rides and did all sorts of things for 7 years. It was a fantastic part of my life. Then we moved to Malaysia, come over to Malaysia, and I've been working in oil and gas throughout differing periods of time. And then in 2012, myself and 15 fantastic local coaches, we started a business called Zero to Hero Mountain Bike Coaching, which we put through almost, I think it was 1,800 students in just under a year. It was crazy days. We also had an opportunity to see if we could introduce cycling into schools. And that was through the Department of Education. We had support from John Beasley, he's the guy who's the Malaysian head coach for the cycling track team for Azizel. Yep. And we put a lot of time and effort into that, and did a lot of cycling related stuff. So yeah, look, I identify as a cyclist. I love cycling. Originally, I was a motocross rider. Spent a lot of my life doing that. But honestly, my heart is with mountain biking and cycling because it's such a great sport. People are fantastic. I've never met a bad cyclist yet. So yeah, I've just been here. I love Malaysia, and cycling is a big part of my life. So yeah, that's a quick intro, I guess.
Wow. So basically, you have helped train 15 local cycling coaches in this short period of time.
Yeah. We had some fantastic guys. They all come on board, and we basically ran programs where there were 3 or 4 coaches at any single event. And so we had a really high safety standard. We had a lot of real close contact and real safety around teaching people how to ride a mountain bike. And basically, we could get you to ride a mountain bike literally in one day doing really difficult obstacles. But to do that, we needed a high level of safety, you know? So
Okay, that's great. So I guess you're still active in cycling, right?
I am. It comes on and off, but I'm back with a vengeance at the moment.
Yeah, I noticed on your Facebook posts and all. Okay, so but I do understand there are some health issues that you are actually currently combating, right?
Yeah. It's actually been a long-running thing, and it's relevant to the coaching days as well. But I have had what has finally been defined, or quite a while ago now, but as adrenal fatigue. So I've had adrenal fatigue now for probably the best part of 20 years, to be frank. And for those that don't know what adrenal fatigue is, if you think about if you ran an event and you are completely shattered and completely exhausted and you couldn't think straight, You just had nothing left in you. That's what living with adrenal fatigue on a day-to-day basis is like. It's not funny. You doesn't matter how much sleep you get, you can't recover. Your immunity is compromised. You get a lot of colds. Your head is what they call cotton wool head. You can't think. It's like the electrical impulses don't work. And basically, it's a disease or a condition. I'd call it a condition that comes about from overstressing of your adrenal glands. And what a lot of people don't know is that your adrenal glands are where the center of most of your hormones come from. So if you're not getting the hormone balance in your life, you get these symptoms, if you like: lack of energy, lack of ability to think, lack of care. You're depressed, you don't care. It's a really shocking thing. Wow. So I've worked with this for a long, long time now, and I managed to get the best part of a solution in about 1996. I started taking some nutritionals, and then when I come over to Malaysia, actually, we found a local doctor who specializes in this sort of thing. And so I'm on regular meds, which helps support those adrenals. But it's, whenever I exercise, and this has been historically for me, if I exercise for long periods of continued effort, my immunity and my system tends to break down. So recovery is a huge thing for me. It's really important to find ways to recover from my efforts, if you like. And so, yeah, what we're going to talk about further tonight sort of plays into that. So, yeah.
Wow. So when you say you are shattered after that, how long does it take for you to actually recover? Like, just say if you go on a bike ride, a cycling ride, when you are like totally gone, you're exhausted, you're drained 100%, you're shattered body-wise, right? How long does it take for you to actually recover from that usually?
The best example I've got that, and that's why I come back to the coaching days. When we did the coaching days, the coaches and I, we gave everything on a day. And, Malaysia's hot. It's a hot environment. When you're outside exercising or really doing a big effort in this humidity, it really takes it out of you a lot. So after a coaching day, I would literally come home, and the most comfortable thing I could find is most houses in Malaysia have tile floors, So we'd put the air conditioning on in the kitchen, and I would just lie down on the tile floor where it was cool and just die. die. I was so exhausted, So what would happen then, though, is that my recovery would take quite a few days. I would feel drained. I would be, my muscles would be really sore. So that muscle pain would then transpire into me feeling down. It would just take a long time to recover, and so recovery for me has been a really big issue, and something I've battled with for a long time. So.
Okay. So is that why the reason that you have decided to try our Aulora pants?
Well, that's actually a funny story. I didn't decide to try your pants. A good friend of mine called Alex and I were chatting one day, and Alex basically said, "Look, yeah, Darcy, if you're interested, I've got something I want to show you." And I said, "Sure, know you, like you, trust you." So we had an hour call, as it turned out. Yep. And we had a long chat, and you were taking me through this this presentation, and I was like, yeah, ho hum. And then something caught my attention, and during that presentation, you started talking about the Japanese technology, the compression pants, which I'd had some previous experience with. I'd had some other products prior. Yeah. You talked about the legs being a second heart. Something started to really resonate with me, to be honest. And I got more and more interested as the presentation went on. So you gave some examples of some people who had really good results with, I don't know, weight loss and some back curvature issues and all sorts of really interesting things. And I thought, can these pants really, are they really up for this? So, there's only one way to work out this stuff. And as it turned out, I had just started cycling a lot, as you knew. Yeah. And I was basically doing bigger and bigger rides every few days. And I wanted to kind of use myself as a guinea pig, if you like, and see if these compression pants, that the longs that you're talking about, would make a difference in my recovery. Because, like I said, I've been putting things in place to recover, and I thought, well, let's see what this is like. So, yeah, as you know, one day I just randomly messaged you and said, "Oi, send me those longs, Alex." And so we got organized, and I got them over, and I ended up getting a shirt as well, which I've got on at the moment, because I was experiencing some sleeping issues. When you have adrenal fatigue, you do have trouble sleeping as well, and it's part of the vicious cycle. So you have trouble going to sleep, and you don't have deep sleep. So I thought, hey, you talked about sleep. You said you used it yourself, and so I basically got the set and thought, let's try this out. So here we are 2 weeks later, and I'm going to tell you straight, Alex. I did a 90-kilometer ride, not yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
No. I got to stop you there. So you told me that you got the pants 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right. So can you share with me 2 weeks ago, before using the pants for your muscle recovery, what is the distance of your bike ride?
Okay. So look, I was working up. I'd started at about 30, 35K. And each time I went out, I increased that quite a lot. So I kind of went to 40, 45, 50. Then I did a 65. Actually, there's a bit of a story behind this. I live at Sungai Buloh. Anyone that knows that, we're on the northern side of town, yeah. And from here to Batu Caves it's a fair hike, to be honest, right? So I found a back route that I do, which is safe, because I'm on a road bike. I don't want to get knocked off by a car, yeah. So I wanted to find a back route that was safe, where I could get over the Batu Caves, and I started an expedition looking for ways to get to this destination, which happens to be the Orang Azli Hospital at Gombak.
Okay.
Because that hospital is the beginning of the old highway, Genting Sampar, it's called, the highway. Yep. And a lot of cyclists use that road. So it's a big climb. So I in my head, I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I could ride all the way from here up to the top of the mountain and back? Not even thinking about how far it was, right? So about a week ago, I actually did the ride to the hospital, and it was 65K return. Now, that was the biggest ride I'd ever done in my life.
Wow. Because
of this adrenal fatigue. I'd never been able to get to that distance. And that was a huge accomplishment for me. And then, stupid me, I've got this crazy brain that sort of says, well, if I did that, what if we did this? So Wednesday, I trottled over and did the same ride and got to the hospital. I thought, I'm not feeling too bad today. My recovery's been fantastic, which is very abnormal for me. Honestly, it's very, very strange. But I was feeling strong, and I thought, you know what? What the hell? Let's just do a few K. So this is a 15-kilometer climb. Okay, it's a big climb. It's not a small climb. It's a big gradient. And so I thought, look, let's get to 80K. It's like the hospital's 30. If I do another 10, that's 40. So the whole trip's 80. So I did another 10. Got a bit of a story. Got literally, seriously chased by a really savage monkey. Like this thing. No kidding. This thing was coming after me like with fangs bare. And I was cycling my butt off. I think I made up 3 kilometers in just adrenaline right there and then, right? But this doesn't happen very often. The monkeys are normally pretty good, but this thing was wild and it wanted to eat me. So, boosh, off I went. So look, I ended up getting to the top, and I thought, wow, this is crazy. I've just done a 45-kilometer ride, and I was still feeling pretty good, after a big climb. So come back down, got to the bottom, got home, and was feeling strong the whole way until the final 10 kilometers, and I started to sort of lose it a little bit. But
90 kilometers true and from
90 kilometers with a massive climb in the middle. It's just, I have this Darcy expression. It's fully gila. It's like just fully gila. I'm still in my head, don't even know that I've done it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a little bit of disbelief still.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Now every other day, let's like on Monday, on a Wednesday, and also on Friday, every other day you're actually going for some big rides nowadays. Is that right?
It's regular, and you know, the recovery, it's a regular, reasonable ride. You know, I'm not just pandering along. My heart rate's 145 to 155. You know, it's reasonably high, consistently all the way. It's a reasonable effort. You know, I'm not just cycling along like Miss Daisy. You know, and this is for my fitness level at the moment. You know, for a lot of guys who are fit, that's nothing. You know, that's just what they call a Sunday ride. But for me at my level, that's a big effort for me right now.
Okay.
So yeah, every second day. And so what's happening for me, and this has never happened before, Alex, like ever. I'm riding. The next day, I feel like I want to ride straight away. Like I'm good to go, you know, but mentally I know I need to give my body a little bit of a break and just rest myself a little bit because I know my background. But even today, even after the 90K, a part of me was like, you know what? I could cut out 40K today. Seriously, this is you know, I know it's difficult to put yourself in my shoes, but I'm gobsmacked. This has never happened to me before. Wow. So I've never not had muscle soreness. I've never not had tiredness during the day the next day. So something's changed. And look, you and I spoke about this, you know, yesterday, I think, and I said there's only two things that have changed in the last few weeks. I've been doing a lot of personal development stuff, and so I'm meditating every day, like really religiously. And the second thing is the longs. I've been wearing the longs like all the time. I live in them.
The pants, right?
Yeah, the Aulora pants. Yeah, I just almost don't take them off.
You're gonna get another one.
I'm gonna have to. These ones stink, man. Not kidding.
So, did the results that you're getting right now, did it exceed your expectation?
It did, and it's not just the recovery. You know, you could easily sort of put it down to go, oh, well, maybe I'm just stronger now. Or maybe. I know my body. But what I like about them is that, and this is the kind of the unknown factor, you know, after I've worked out and I put them on, my muscles feel supported, right? So it's almost like, I don't know, imagine strings coming down out of the sky that are attached to your muscles that just sort of hold them up instead of them aching and instead of them feeling tense. It's like meditation for your muscles. There you go. I have this great saying, cycling is like meditation on wheels, because when you cycle, you can't think of anything else but what you're doing. And so it's perfect meditation, you know, for the people that like cycling, especially mountain biking. You know, you lose concentration, you go off a cliff, you know.
Yeah.
So I know it's an interesting analogy, but my muscles feel like they're meditating when I've got my compression pants on.
Wow.
And that is, and it feels right, you know. When I talk about it feels right here. It's there's just something about them that I feel supported. I can feel myself recovering, and it just makes such a big difference. It's really huge.
That's great. So for anyone that's listening into or watching this video live or recorded, you know, if you are also experiencing like, you know, fatigue, like muscle fatigue after exercising or any sports that you are playing, you know, you gotta give this Aulora Kodenshi Pants a try, because it really will help. And this is
100% where to go. 100%.
Direct.
Without a doubt.
Say, I have a last question for you here. Okay, did you know that the company behind these pants, they have a platform that enables you to actually make this an income, like a part-time income or a full-time income, so to speak? Do you know about this?
Okay. So as you know, when we spoke, and you know, when I said to you, hey, yeah, Alex, what are you doing? Sure, let me know what you're doing. You know, one thing I like about you is that you have always researched good companies. That's how I feel about you. You've got your own businesses as well that I know that you've achieved some success with. You know, I really mean it. I know you, I like you, I trust you. Okay, there's three really important elements. So yeah, look, I was interested, and again, we're going through the presentation, and I'm kind of like, I have a need, to be honest. This whole COVID pandemic thing that has really, whether you like it or not, has really made a massive impact to the economy and to a lot of people. Yeah. So I'm in oil and gas, and it's having a really huge effect on oil and gas. Yep. So as a expat, Matsali, living in Malaysia, you know, I feel that my days are potentially numbered. You know, there's not that many, a lot of expats left in the last few years, and so there's a lot of local hire now. You know, so I need to plan for the worst and expect the best. You know, so, and I also believe in multiple streams of income. It's critical for all of us. You know, I think we all need some people call it a side hustle. Some people call it a stream of income. So when we got into your presentation, you know, I've been down this road a few times, and it was kind of like, yeah, all right. But then we started talking about some of the details, and I went, whoa. And something you said to me really hit home. And it was something you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something like this. You said, the guys at the top in this company don't make all the money. Everybody in this company makes really good income, and it's spread more evenly. And I really like that. And I went, that sounds pretty cool. And then you gave me some examples, and I went, whoa, dude, this is serious, right? I was like, wow, that's really attractive. And, you know, effort you put in, you get results out, you know? So, look, I'm not going to go into too much detail there, but I had a pain point, and that pain point hit. And I had another pain point, which was the recovery, which I kind of didn't really realize I had, and it hit that as well, you know? So I've got a double benefit out of it, and yeah, I'm really keen. So
fantastic. So I can't wait to get you started. You know, like anyone watching this video through my Facebook or through Darcy's Facebook timeline, if you want to know more about the product, the Aulora Pants, like the longs, like what Darcy call it, right? So get in touch with Darcy or myself. And if you are interested in the other aspect, which is totally optional, which is the business aspect where you can actually earn an income through this particular platform, get in touch with Darcy or me or anyone that shared this video with you. Is that cool? All right. So anything to add, Darcy, before we wrap this up?
No, look, I'm really grateful. Thank you. It's clearly made a big difference in my life, and cycling is kind of, I don't know, my heart's very close to cycling, and not being able to do it the way I've always wanted to has sort of broken my heart a little bit, to be honest. I'll be honest, you know, but this has given me a whole new hope that all of the things that I'm accumulatively doing, including this, is going to get me across the line. And here's a big statement. 90 kilometers of a road ride is half the distance of what you do in a full marathon, a full Ironman. So in a full Ironman, the road ride portion is 180 kilometers. And there's a half Ironman as well. Well, I just rode the half Ironman length of the cycling section yesterday. Well, if I can do that, and I can pull off a 20K run after that and a swim before it, I can actually think about doing a half Ironman, which I've never believed would be possible. So let's see.
You know what? You're going to share this, the product and even the platform and your story. Your story is amazing. We're going to share it to as many people as possible. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And big thank you to Darcy for taking the time out to grant me this particular interview.
My pleasure, Alex. Always my pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Darcy. So I'll see you guys in the next live interview next week. All right. Thank you very much. And that's all for
Bye.
today.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.